recording? I think so. So hi guys, I just woke up. I have no makeup up. I don't even have any eyebrows on. What's up? So my mom is moving at the end of next week. So a week from today actually, she's moving to North Carolina. And I'm happy for her. I've never had to see my mom has always struggled my whole entire life. Like basically when we were kids, she lives with my dad. My dad was never around because he cheated forever. And I forgive him for that. I'm not mad. It's just the reality of it. So when I was like 11, me and my mom moved out. And it was hard. It was a fucking struggle. She moved in with her boyfriend. He was an abusive asshole. So I shipped a bunch of different places. And then eventually it was me and her, like 15. Me and her lived together. And it was me and her from then on. And then we lived together. Like she you know, she didn't know how to do anything. She was a woman of like, I mean, she's 70 years old. So she grew up in the era where like you got married and you had kids and that was just pretty much it. So like she didn't even know how to balance her checkbook. So like I had to teach her how to balance her checkbook. And my mom, it's not that she can't read, but she has massive anxiety like I do. Like that's where I've gotten it from, you know. And like back in like her era, because mind you, she went to school in the 50s, 60s, like if you had anxiety wasn't a thing. You were just mentally ill or you were slow. So she was actually put in like the slow classes at like I want to say she was 8 years old. Basically, she would never raise her hand in class. So they took her to some room and had her like talk to some guy and had her draw a picture of a man, and that put her in special ed classes. So after that, she learned arts and crafts. Like she didn't learn shit. So, and it's not that my mom isn't slow. My mom isn't stupid. She just, now she has no confidence in the fact that she can read. So I had to teach her how to like understand bills, how to understand like how to, you know, how to like not understand bills, but how to like pay bills, how to balance a checkbook, how to do all that kind of stuff. And I'm fucking shitty at that stuff still. But I was like 14 trying to like teach her how to do this stuff. And it was like me and her against the world. So like, you know, I've always seen her struggle. We've always, you know, when we were living together, it was like, you know, I got a full-time job at 17 and I'm not because like, oh, you know, feel bad for me, but it's just the reality of it. If I'd had a full-time job, we wouldn't have had anything, you know, like me and her working together at minimum wage because we both made the same amount of money because unfortunately, you know, she was a housewife, so all she could work is fucking glass houses and shit. And like she worked her ass off, you know? And like, you know, our rent was almost on the verge, you know, always sort of paid. Our electric was always on occasion getting turned off. Our gas was occasion getting turned off. We were always on like the verge of not being able to like afford everything. And my parents were still technically married, even though my dad didn't really pay child support. I'm not mad at him for it. Before anybody in my family sees this and starts a bunch of shit again. It's the reality of it. That's what happened. He would give me money on occasion. It was never a set thing. And that's fine. It is what it is. You know, it taught me work ethic. If nothing else, like, it taught me fucking work ethic. And because of that, though, we you know, we were poor. And my mom has always struggled because once I turned, you know, 18, like, I still was able to pay rent and help out. But it was never really enough. So, my mom now lives in, like, a little, like, it's like a retirement home-ish thing, but it's not like they're all like in together. It's like a neighborhood of small little houses. Like she pays like $300 a month when she's working and $100 a month when she's not working. And she gets her own little house and own yard. It's all she ever wanted. But it's in the ghetto. Like it is in the hood. I mean, for fuck's sake, I used to buy dope next door to her. I actually bought dope in her park a lot. Like, and like, you know, I know my mom is a tough cookie. Like she used to be like very sweet and very nice, and I swear to God, I've like influenced her to be a monster. And not a monster, but like she don't take no shit. And I've kind of influenced that, and I'm happy I did. At the same time, like those people down there, like you do not know, no, they will fucking shoot you. Like the Dollar General next door to her house got robbed by an AK-47 twice. It's like time to get the fuck out of there. Like no, you have too much of a mouth, you're gonna get shot. So she moved to North Carolina with my sister, and she's not gonna have to struggle. She's not gonna pay a single goddamn bill. She's not gonna even have her car because she gave me her car, not because I begged her for the car, but because she doesn't want to have to get a North Carolina driver's license because she doesn't know how to read and she's uncomfortable doing it, and she just doesn't want to have the extra bill. And she knows I didn't need one, and I feel horrible taking one because I've always bought my own cars, but like this just 2018 has just been a fucked up year, man. And like she's offered the car, and I turned it down at first, and I offered her some money, but like we've given her, you know, when Shannon was making decent money, like I've given her about $2,000 this year. So she's like, we're even, you know. And like even my sister, because of course my two middle sisters are fucking throwing a fit because I'm getting my mom's a bunch of shit from my mom. My mom offered me her couch. Well, yeah, I'll take your couch. You have a nice ass couch. She offered the bed. Well, sure, you're not gonna use it. I'll take it. You know, she hates her bed. She offered like a few other things, like things that were like my grandmom's, like, you know, from my grandmother. Like you're not throwing it away. Like I'm sentimental as fuck when it comes to that kind of stuff because I never met my grandmother, but she was badass. And I'll tell you a story about her later. And of course, I knew my sisters were all gonna throw fits about the fucking car because even though they all have cars, I think my one sister wants one for her daughter or something. I don't fucking know. You know, I'm not really in a place in life where I can turn down a car, and I'm not going to. And I feel guilty enough already. I feel fucking like a spoiled goddamn brat because, again, I have bought every single fucking car I've ever had. I'm just at a place right now where I can't seem to fucking, you know, I'm treading water at this point, you know. So I'm not in a place to turn down a free car. And luckily, my oldest sister Melissa and her husband are the one who actually bought the car for my mom. And they're happy as fuck for me to have the car. They're like, we want you to have the car. And that's all I need. That is all I need. Them saying they want me to have the car, I'm like, perfect. That's exactly what I want. That's all I need. So it's gonna be a really hard week. Like, I know I'm gonna cry. I've already cried. She's already cried. Like, I know it's gonna happen because my mom's my best friend. My mom is like fucking why I'm still here. You know, like, even in my fucking worst times with like fucking shooting dope and stuff, like, she was my only concern. Like, even when I was like hanging in, like when I was hanging in crack hotels, like fucking shooting dope, my biggest concern was when I OD'd, I didn't want her to find my body, which is a horrendous thought, but it's a rational thought when you're doing that kind of stuff, you know. She is my best fucking friend, and like the fact that she's moving is like, I've been trying to put it off, but like I can't put it off anymore. Like, I know it's going to happen, and I know it's for the greater good, and I'm so happy for her, but I'm just like, but that's why I got this phone. I got this phone because she knows how to use this phone because she has the same one, and we can do like video calls, so I can still see her and stuff. And it gives me a reason. I mean, because what I have now, I'm working full time, even though I'm not considered full time because retail companies are like, you know. So I'm working full time, so I'll get vacation hours, and I'm just gonna take vacation and go see her for a week. And I get to see my sister Melissa and Mike, and Mike and Melissa have been together since like before I was born. You know, they are like my ideal. Like, I want to be them. Like, they're like the ideal of what a perfect marriage is, in my opinion. Because like, of course, my parents are not any good example of that. So like, they're definitely my example of like a perfect marriage. And like, I'm really happy like that she's gonna be there, and I'm really happy for her. And I'm trying to like get rid of my like spoiled brat nonsense thoughts. You know, not think of myself and think of how happy she's gonna be. But at the same time, she's already like starting to break down, and I'm like, fuck. We also have to find somebody to help us move some of the shit that she's giving us. And like, I am so appreciative of it, but it sucks because I still have to deal with my family. My sister's just being assholes about it. It's like, why is my sister not assholes? Like, my little brother doesn't talk to me. He thinks I'm a spoiled brat. And like, when it comes to stuff with my dad, yes, when I was younger, I was bitter and I did some fucked up, like, I did some asshole shit. You know, like, he helped me co-sign for my first car. I still paid all of it, but I would pay late because I didn't care. Because I was just like, well, fuck it, he got enough money, because I was a bitter fucking little 20-year-old, okay? Like, and I can admit that now, you know? But back then I was just mad, you know? And it took me a long time to get over it and realize that my parents are just people, and he fucked up. Yeah, he cheated, whatever, but I need to accept it and get over it. I even apologized to Vivian for being an asshole, which is the lady he cheated on my mom with. But like, my little brother was little, like, he was like a fetus during all this. And yeah, I could be like, well, by the way, this is everything that happened when you were a kid and you have no idea what's going on. You know, this is what dad did. No, I'm not. Why break his little bubble of thinking his family is so perfect, you know? And it's like, it sucks because like, I want to talk to him, but he's blocked me on everything. And then I go on Facebook to like look him up, and I don't see him, but I see all these pictures of him at like going away dinners for my dad that I was never invited to, at family reunions that I wasn't invited to, and I'm like, cool. Just sucks. Like, I wish families were like TV families where they actually like, gave a fuck about you. And that's the thing, because like, my mom's a normal person who's always been supportive. She's never made me feel like shit. She's never made me feel like an asshole. She's never made me feel like a fuck up. Like, even now, like the other day, I was what the hell was I doing? I was dropping off the car or something, because she's let me borrow the car a few times. Because we're working, my boss, of course, at A Harbor is making me work like 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., which is fine. But when you do that 2 days in a row, the most sleep I could get, and that means if I get home, the minute I go home, I go to sleep, is 4 hours. Because I have to get up at 3:30 in the morning to take the 5 a.m. bus to get there by 7, because it's the earliest, it was 7 or 9 o'clock is when I get there. So it's like, it's just stressful. So I'm going to have her car, it's going to be fine. I'm going to be able to, you know, work everything out. But like, and I have 2 cars that are like barely working, and I'm just really stressed out, and I know this week is going to be really rough. But luckily I took off days. Like, I'm working straight until Thursday. Thursday I work like 8:30 to 12, and then I'm off for like the days my mom's going to be moving, and then like a day after mom's moving, so I can, you know, cry all day. But I'm happy for her. I'm just stressed out. But me and Shannon were thinking, and I was like, you know, we have no ties here anymore. You know, like, she's not really close with her family. She wants to go back to tattooing, but she doesn't want to tattoo anywhere around here. Even though there is a studio there, like, hawking her ass. I keep telling her, I'm like, go work for him. But yeah, she won't, because she feels like she owes her family not to work near them. Can't force it. But so part of me is like thinking of other places to move, and one of them was like New Orleans, one was like Virginia Beach, because I love living near the beach, love the water. I love living near a city, and Virginia Beach would be close to my mom, my sister Melissa, and Tara. But at the same time, it's like, I don't know. My wife loved living in the South, but I feel like I don't belong in the South. I'd love to live in like New York City, but I can't afford that. My best friend's maybe about 5 hours away. It's near Stroudsburg, PA, but she's actually living in New Jersey. It's just somewhere near, like, Stroudsburg is like the next, like, right over the bridge, if you will, to Philly, to New Jersey, to PA. And I told her, like, she found my post about moving, and she's like, no! She's like, it's hard enough to see you now. So I told her, I was like, well, what city are you living in? Maybe I just move next door to you. She's gonna move next to, like, my four friends, my one friend. But it's funny, like, she's like my ride or die. Like, her and Shannon are like my two best friends. And like, she saw a meme online the other day. One was like, you always have two best friends, one that is rational and logical when you have issues, and one that's ratchet as fuck and tell you how to beat people's ass. And I'm like, yeah, Shannon is my rational, like, be nice to people, and Connie's like, let's go find her and hide her body. It is nice that, like, you know, after all the shit we've been through, she's still like, you can't leave. And I'm like, bitch, like, you're moving 5 hours away. I know. That's an update. And I saw all your guys' comments on the Who Are Yous, and some were so hilarious and some were really sad, and just thank you guys. I really, 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 really want to know who you guys are, so I will be replying to them. It's just been lots and lots of doubles and stress and such, so I'm not forgetting about you guys. I just literally am outside talking to myself because I need to get it out, as usual. Alright, with that being said, I'm going to put some conditioner on my hair, find out when I have to take the bus to get to work today. Today's my last day at Rio, so woot. And yeah, alright, I love you guys. Thank you for listening to me ramble. And again, thank you so much for replying to my Who Are You post, because, like, that was really cool. I really do want to know, so, like, more people reply. I want to know who you guys are. But alright, bye.